just jump forward. Kearney's coming in, ranked, undefeated. Big game.
It's a huge game. You look at the record and in some of the games they've had, just as well as us. We're 2-2. They could be very easily 2-2 right now with a close game against Central Missouri and a close game against Washburn. Last-minute drives to go win both those ball games. So, I think our kids will be prepared. I think our kids will be ready. We'll do the things that we need to do to make sure that they're successful, and so will they. We'll put plenty of time into the film room, going through our new plays and our playbooks, and making sure our kids are ready, and they'll be ready. And it's going to be a fun game, and it's going to be an exciting game, and I can't wait for it to get here.
When there's games, when the team has games like that, multiple, it just seems like there's something lucky about them, or they have it. Does this Kearney team seem to kind of have whatever it is that teams have when they get lucky like that, so to speak?
Coach Lynn's done a good job. He's done a good job recruiting. They have some really good players, and so do we. And it's just, they haven't made the mistakes that we've made in a couple of our games. So hopefully this Saturday we can have them make, a few more mistakes than what they're used to, and we can get some big plays on them, offensively and get up on them. But they are playing pretty well right now. They have T.J. Davis, their quarterback's a very good quarterback. Throws the ball very well now. That's something he's really progressed into being as a good thrower when he was just a runner. At first, offensive lines is big and strong up front, and then they got some skilled receivers and some skilled running backs. And defensively, they're going to give you some looks that we haven't seen, and it's something that we're going to practice this week and make sure that we shore up our blocking schemes and know exactly who the ID is, and get to our blocks and get the run game going, and then that will open up our pass game as well.
What's the biggest challenge in facing them for you guys defensively against that offense that they run?
Just you don't see it, enough, through the year. You look at our first, 4 games, we really haven't had an offense that's really a gun run offense where the quarterback runs. Mo West did it a little bit against us, but not as dynamic as that quarterback is. And, the goal is to hopefully just make sure that we make him hand the ball off and, find ways to stop the run game and get pressure on him in passing situations. But, he is a good player, but I feel like we got the guys on defense that if they read their keys and do their job and do their assignments, we'll be able to stop them.
Do you feel you guys are tackling better? I know earlier in the year you said that was one area that was kind of struggling. I
think that's every year, because we don't do a lot of it. But I think as the weeks have gone on, our guys have gotten better at taking the proper angles, wrapping up. Still probably need to run our feet a little bit better than what we're doing right now. Sometimes I feel like we're still lunging a little bit instead of just running through the tackle. But I think all in all, we're gang tackling better, getting more guys to the ball. So I'd say, I think our tackling's gotten better the last few weeks.
Back in the day, Nebraska-Kearney was considered like a big rivalry game for 4 days. It was like a Washburn. Does it feel like that now or not?
I think just because of their success, it's getting closer to being a rivalry game. When they were, when we're in the MIAA and they were in the RMAC, we kind of lost that, for a number of years. But now that they've come back, into the MIAA with us in their first few years here, they weren't as good. But now they're a good program and they're a tough program. And so now I think that rivalry is starting to come back. It's the closest that we get to travel, both these schools, because most of our travels are 5.5, 6 hours. But, I think it is coming back, and we recruit against them each year, and they recruit against us each year. So I think that rivalry is coming back.
Do you handle homecoming week any differently now than you did 10 years ago?
No, we still got to practice. Our guys' job during homecoming is to win this football game, and that's what their job is. It's not the festivities. I know we have to go to the bonfire and we have to go, to the parade and do all these different things, but our focus is on the game itself and making sure that we're prepared for this game. So, I think we're not going to change anything that we've done in the past. We still gotta go to practice. We still gotta get in the film room. We still gotta get in our playbooks, and we still gotta get in the weight room and all those things. And so we're not going to change anything up and just keep doing what we usually do.
Have you seen a difference in practice? I know you mentioned after the Western game you thought they maybe took a step in the right direction. You still seeing that?
Yeah, we are. And I think as the weeks go on and the more success that we have, that they see the benefits of practicing hard and putting more time in the in the film room, that they've done and getting more in their playbooks. And now you see more guys watching film together than we had the first 2 weeks. And they see that improvement, they see the success, so I think it'll only continue as these weeks go on, and and as each week gets more important, you'll see more guys spending more time. But every week right now is very important, and we have to go 1-0 every week.
You mentioned the defense gives you some different looks. What's the biggest challenge, or how effective do you guys like to be offensively?
Hopefully not much. I mean, there's just some different looks that they give you, whether they're in man or whether they're in the quarters, are they getting in, in cover 3 look. Are they a 3-man front? Are they a 4-man front? Are they going to be in a 3-man and shift to a 4-man? Just different alignments. But it's just, I think Tuesday's practice is usually a struggle, just because we're trying to figure all those things out. But then, by Wednesday we're starting to get it, and then Thursday they're locked in and cued into to what they're doing defensively, and we'll be ready to go on Saturday. But it's just finding the guys that we need to block and the guys that we need to take care of, and then just showing our guys in practice all those different alignments and who those guys are. And our kids are smart; they pick it up pretty quick, and once they pick it up, I think great things will happen.
You wanted the run game to become a little more prolific after a couple of weeks, and that has come true here the last 2 weeks. Is there a balance that you're looking for week in and week out, or is it just the flow of the game?
It's just the flow of the game. I have no say in our play calls, which is, you probably think the head coach has all the say in the world on, offense and defensive calls. But, those guys, those coordinators spend a lot of time, watching their side of the ball, and I believe they're experts at it, where I'm trying to watch offense, defense, special teams, and I don't want me to make a call that's going to mess things up. So that's how much faith I have in my coaches, and I allow them the opportunity to do what they do best, and that's call plays and get us in the best situation. So whatever Coach Bryant feels like in that situation is going to work, I trust him that he's going to do it, and go with it. And same with Coach Harris on defense. If he feels like it's a blitz situation, go ahead and blitz, because they've watched more film and put more time into to the teams that we're playing than I have. I'm putting a lot of time in with the film. It's just I'm all over the place with it, where they're really specialized on their side of the ball.
So what do you have say in during the game? Going for it on 4th down or deciding certain things?
Yeah, 4th downs, field goals, punt, all those different things. Have fun with the officials, try to get some calls to go our way, just watching our kids, perform at a high level and seeing them execute, and, trying to coach them up on the sideline and trying to keep the energy up, and maybe a little bit here and there, but I really don't want to mess things up with those guys that put so much time into, to preparing for these games that, sometimes the head coach, I feel like sometimes gets in the way of those guys sometimes and messes things up where, I don't want to do that. So basically we're kicking field goals, we're punting, we're going for it and calling timeouts and, chewing a few guys out here and there, but that's really about it.
Your 3rd straight Saturday game after Thursdays. Are you able to get into a better routine now? It's kind of the way you should be doing it, playing every Saturday?
Yeah, it's normal now, because those first 2 weeks after that Thursday and then playing another Thursday, it was kind of a normal week, but you still were just off a little bit. But now, we give them Sunday off, bring them in Monday, and they lift Monday morning with weights, and then we have meetings in the afternoon, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday we practice. Friday's more of a film and a little bit of a walkthrough. Then we're playing on Saturday, so I do like this normal feel now. It just feels like we're in a better routine, and the kids are in a routine now of how things are going to work. So I just think that routine, kind of keeps everything flowing, the way it needs to flow, and getting our kids ready.